Japan. Oh yeah, Japan. I think they have a common with Germany. I think it's not culture. War crime.
Bruh.
Welcome back, pilot. Control transferring to pilot. Power supply ready. Transferring controls to manual operation.
Ho ho! Japan, one of the most famous countries in the world. Japan is an East Asian island nation rich with Eastern culture, heritage, professionalism, and mostly anime weeps. Alright, I will be we'll get straight to the point. Today we're going to discuss about some of the etiquettes, such as meeting a person, second, table manners, and lastly, business etiquette. So, hold on to your headphones and let's get started. Firstly, age and status. Respect for age and status is very important in Japanese culture, with hierarchy affecting all aspects of social interaction. The Japanese are most comfortable interacting with someone they are considered equal. The status is determined by a combination of someone's role in an organization, which organization they work for, which university they went to, and their marital situation. My second point is bowing. Yes, this bowing. Bowing is an important part of everyday life in Japan, including in the business context. Japanese bow to their seniors to them both as a greeting and a show of respect. This is one of the examples where the junior person initiates the bow, bending from the waist to an angle of between 30 and 45 degrees from vertical. Men keep their arms by their sides, and women may cross their hands or fingers at thigh high. A less accentuated bow, usually about 15 degrees, is written as acknowledgement from the more senior person. And now, for the part where we should not do when bowing to a Japanese, which is, firstly, it is considered bad manners and aggressive to hold eye contact with someone when you are bowing to them. This is usually done by competitors in martial arts before they fight. Greet the high status individual first, followed by the oldest when meeting a group of Japanese. For foreign business people, extending a simple handshake when greeting and taking a lift is fine. Just don't shake hands and bow at the same time. Choose one and stick with it. That is all for part 1. And now to part 2. Alright, part 2. Table manners. Every culture has its own set of rules for table manners, and Japan is no different. Some of the rules are simply etiquette for politely sharing a meal with others so that you don't look like a slob. Much like putting your elbows on dinner table in the Western culture. Breaking this rule is considered bad table manners, but probably won't offend anyone too much. So you can get away with them if you're dining at home by yourself. Other rules, however, have a special cultural origin, usually related to funeral rites. Breaking this can be considered serious offensive. To help you navigate Japanese dining etiquette, here are 2 rules for table manners in Japan. Rule 1. Do not stab your food with your chopsticks. A chopstick is not a skewer, so mind your chopstick table manners and make sure do not to stab your food with it. You also should try to use your chopstick as a knife. In Japan, food is typically served in a bite-sized pieces, so you don't need to cut anything with your chopsticks. Rule 2. Do not transfer from your chopsticks to someone else's chopsticks. This rule is, let's just say, is not the one you never want to break because it's based on Japanese funeral ceremonies. In the Buddhist funeral tradition, after a body is cremated, the bones are picked from the ashes with special chopsticks and passed from one family to the other to transfer into an urn. So, attempting to pass food with a chopstick or even accidentally picking up the same piece of food with your chopsticks at the same time as someone else will strongly remind someone of these funeral rites. It's a violation of sacred Japanese custom and traditions. So you never want to do it. The next stop and the last one, part 3, which is business etiquette. And then we're all done. Let's go! First of all, some of the particular etiquettes that come to the mind of every Japanese businessman is of course mishi or business cards. The exchange of business cards or mishi is an essential part of initial meetings in Japan and follow a strict protocol. It allows the Japanese to quickly determine their counterparts of important position, title, and rank. While still standing, you should politely hand a business card over with two hands and receive one in return. A slight bow as a form of respect when exchanging is usually performed. Do not simply drop the card into your pocket. Instead, take a few seconds to review the names and titles, commentating on them in if time permits. If you are sitting down like me, place it on the table in front of you for the duration of the meeting. If possible, place the most senior counterpart card at the top with their subordinates below or to the left. Alright, this is all everyone. I really want to thank you for spending your free time watching this video. I really hope it can be useful for you in the future if you ever wanted to go to Japan either to do business or on holidays. Have a productive day and goodbye!